Can you tell us more about the effects of mantras in different aspects of human life? Maybe now go more into detail also. Maybe are there some health effects? You told us about mental effects, about depression, sleepless nights, and also what is the effect on the soul? How does it purify? Does it purify the soul? What's happening with you when you chant, for example, regularly?
That's a good question. Now, the soul within this body is 1/10,000 the tip of the air. It's so minuscule. It's so infinitesimal.
That's an interesting description.
It's so infinitesimal. But that same infinitesimal anti-material entity is the one that is providing consciousness. There is a source of consciousness for this body. So, we have a situation where a very minute element is the life force. And the chanting of the Maha Mantra, for instance, the chanting of mantras that help in rejuvenating our consciousness or improving our values also helps in the process of the soul's evolution from disentangling from material attachments. I'll give an example. Those who are involved in chanting, they have a better view of their lives, they have better understanding of the identities, and the soul begin to shed all of these unwanted anarthas. Anarthas, unwanted things. We have a bunch of anarthas, unwanted things. And I tell my students, look, whatever that you are doing, you should ask yourself, is this going to help you in your devotional spiritual life? Or is it going to help you in your career? If you're a student, will it help you in improving your grades? Whatever you're doing, ask yourself. Or will it help you to give a promotion in your job, in your career? So, essentially, when you are involved in the chanting, all the anarthas of getting involved in unhealthy activities, you begin to share them, and the soul blooms. By the time you become a perfected soul, the soul becomes really fully bloomed and attains a real natural form, and then is escorted by the Vishnu Dutas back home, back to God. See, this body that we are seeing is it's a cloth, like a cloth we are wearing. This physical body we are seeing is made up of earth, water, fire, mind, intelligence, and false ego. Earth, water, fire, mind, intelligence, and false ego. So, besides these elements, we have Bhumi, Apo, Nalavayo, Kam, Mano, Buddhi, Ankara, Evacha. So, besides these elements, gross and subtle elements, the 5 gross elements and subtle elements, mind, intelligence, and ego are the subtle elements. And then when the physical stops, we are seeing the ether, the physical body, water, fire. This constitute the physical body. And that is why we need to understand that when someone is chanting the Maha Mantra, the attachment to these physical elements and the subtle body, subtle elements, the detachment to these physical elements and subtle body becomes enhanced. By the time they become perfected, they are taken in transcendental airplanes back home, back to God. They never have to come to experience life of repeated birth and death again. They never have to come to experience this whole system where we are subject to so much of suffering with little bit of enjoyment.
Yeah, that's true.
So the essence of this mantra, the very essence of the mantra, is to decarcerate the soul from material encumbrances, to purify the soul so that the soul becomes fully developed spiritually and get out from this material world.
Can you maybe give us some examples of what anarthas are and how we develop those?
Yeah. Anarthas, for instance, one of them is taking of intoxications. Although scientific research shows, even the doctors, they tell us that intoxications impairs our reasoning, and it creates some distortion in our thinking patterns, and people are addicted to intoxication. So that is one anartha. And intoxication has caused so much trouble. People have died of from intoxication through hepatitis C. When you're taking intoxication, it affects your liver. So this is one anartha, and people enjoy taking rum, taking alcoholic drinks, but it destroys your liver, and then you can get liver cancer. Sadly, this is a bitter truth.
Yeah, it's a destructive habit. Yeah.
So, what people need to know is that the anarthas, for instance, taking of intoxications. Another anartha is illicit sex. I'll give you an example. The 10th director for International Monetary Fund, he's a French guy. He's called Strauss-Kahn. Strauss-Kahn, he went to New York, and he got attracted to a maid in the hotel. Strauss-Kahn went to one of the best universities in France. Graduated in economics, if I'm not mistaken. His wife also is a very reputed scholar in the financial industry. Beautiful wife. He went to America and got attracted to a maid, and he was indicted for attempting rape along with other charges. He was found guilty. They threw him in jail. He lost his job. Ananta. If someone has no control over their sex appetite, look, he could learn. I know of people in America who have gone to jail for illicit sex. It seems like a joke, but someone could say, "Oh, America, that's a free country where sex can be, performed anywhere and anyhow." But the laws, if you are married, for instance, you could get into trouble. If you have an affair with someone underage, they're looking for that. It's called statutory rape. The teacher having sex with the student, you get into trouble. But people are not aware of how to be able to transcend all of this type of illicit urges. So I feel bad when I see people get into trouble like this. And that is one of the reasons why we have to propagate this knowledge, and freely, of course, to people, so that those who are intelligent enough, they can take advantage and embark on this process of spiritual realization, pivoted with this mantra meditation that we do every day. So this is another aspect of ananta, that it has ruined the life of so many people. I don't want to go too much because this is a public program, and you call some people's name, then they say, "Oh, but he's supposed to be a spiritual guy. Well, why is he taking advantage?" And then talking about people who have become victims of their uncontrolled senses. Yeah, but sometimes we have to speak the truth.
Yeah, sure.
We may be bitter, but so in America they are very strict. Other countries, most of the other countries, you can be married and then go to have affair anyhow you like. Nobody cares. But America is not like that. That's the beauty of America.
There are a lot of charges for sexual harassment. I know that.
Yeah. The Me Too and all this type of stuff, and especially in the entertainment industry. There are so many things coming up in the entertainment industry in America. Some people are already in jail.
Yeah, and really degraded stuff.
Some
like
people are already in
stuff,
jail because of that.
Yeah,
so these are some examples of anatta. People take pleasure in enjoying anatta, but the disastrous effect could be very grave. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Krishna speaks that to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita when Arjuna asks him, what is it? What is it? What is that in people that induces him to do sinful activity despite he's aware of it? He doesn't want it on a conscious level, but still he cannot help himself.
Krishna responded. He said, Kama Esha, Krodha Esha, Raja Guna, Tamobhava, Mahasano Mahapapma, Vidyanam Ihavayana. He said, it's only lust that is the root cause of all this problem. And you know what? The problem is that people think that lust is love.
Yes, that's a problem.
People miscue. Okay, someone is attracted to some beautiful lady. He's married. He's attracted to a beautiful lady. He goes after her. Or the lady may be married. He goes after her. And he said that this is love at first sight. No, you are attracted to this person.
It's a lust on first sight.
Thank you. It's lust at first sight.
And you're lost.
It's
lost and you're lost.
Yeah, exactly. And so, you see, if even we don't want to attain perfection, it's good to, associate with people who are spiritually inclined, devotionally inclined, with the Vaishnavas, these devotees of the Hare Krishna movement. They have a lot to give to the world. We should see how we are tapping into their knowledge. We don't mean that people will have to dress like this or put on tilak or neck beads. But see, you want to save yourself from so much of social calamities. You want to be there to maintain your family, so you don't run the risk of going to jail because of a lack of self-control. Incidentally, this is not only what the Bhagavatam says. You see, the Bhagavatam is corroborated by modern criminologists. In the Bhagavatam, it is mentioned, Adam Gopi Vishatam Tamishram, that the root cause of all the problems in society is uncontrolled senses. Uncontrolled mind, uncontrolled senses. Now, modern criminologists have also corroborated that because Gottfriedson and Hitchie, two criminologists in America, they developed the general theory of crime, which stipulates that all crimes and antisocial behavior are due to low self-control. The same thing. It's just a matter of semantics, different language, different ways to put it. The same thing. And so, what is the root? What do we derive from this? Spiritual bankruptcy is the root cause of all the problems on this planet.
Yes.